Hey there! Thank you for tuning into DuckBricks. I'm Chris, and in an unprecedented move today, LEGO Ideas just announced the results of the most recent rank of 2021 Ideas sets. Out of this whole competition, 35 different ideas reached 10,000 supporters. And only one out of those 35 was chosen. Yes, 34 ideas were denied. This is pretty much a big shock to me. It's very unprecedented. LEGO Ideas really hasn't denied that many results before, but also they haven't actually gotten that many results either. There was a lot of speculation as to whether Ideas was going to be changing their rules, or maybe even changing the set release cycle to release more and more Idea sets, because they actually do have quite a backlog. They accepted quite a few the last round. They still have a ton that they have to make and put out. And a lot of people are wondering, well, maybe stuff with LEGO Ideas will be changing. Well, it doesn't look like that's the case because, well, they took only one out of these 35, presumably to just be able to catch up on their set release cycle. But there's a silver lining because they actually stated in a press release that some of these 34 canceled ideas will actually be made into Bricklink AFOL Designer sets. This was the same program that gave us, say, the Lowenstein Castle, the Skyline Monorail, all sorts of great sets like that. If you don't know what the Bricklink AFOL Designer Program was, back in 2019, Bricklink partnered with the LEGO Group, and this was before LEGO actually owned Bricklink, so this was kind of the first step towards their acquisition. But they partnered with the LEGO Group to essentially produce different AFOL Designer sets and have them be crowdfunded to completion. Of course, every single one of these got crowdfunded, and they're incredibly rare now. For example, the Lowenstein Castle, which was retailing for around, I believe, $200, is now around $500 to $600 on Bricklink for a new copy, so the value of these sets has been insane. I can imagine it'll be the same for these rejected ideas, which are eventually turned into sets through this program, so I definitely get on the ones that you want if they are produced. I, for one, am really hoping that they actually do produce the Imperial Fortress sets. Actually, there's a ton of stuff that I want them to produce, so why don't we just jump into that right now? I'm going to announce the winner. In case you don't know, they decided to make the Vincent van Gogh Starry Night set. Now, I personally love this build. I think it's a beautiful build. It's a 3D representation of art, and I felt like it would go perfectly alongside LEGO's art range with the mosaics and stuff like the 18+ flower bouquets and whatnot. This seems like the perfect display piece to kind of go alongside that. I'm kind of curious as to how much they're going to change the idea, how 3D it's going to be, or if they'll just do like a mosaic and make it a LEGO art set. Who knows? But I'm quite excited for this one, although it is very disappointing, I will say, to see a lot of these ideas not go through. The licensed one I was really hoping for was Avatar: The Last Airbender. I quite frankly am pretty shocked that one didn't go through, especially due to the series' popularity. That one skyrocketed to the right amount of votes. I believe there's even another Avatar Ideas project, so for the next cycle, I'm guessing that one's not being made either if they didn't accept this one. So it's really very strange, and I believe it must have to be with some sort of a license issue, because of course, LEGO used to have the Avatar: The Last Airbender license, but they also used to have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle license, which is aired on the same network, and now Mega Bloks has it, or Mega Constructs. So I'm not really sure what's going on with the license there. I'm guessing that Nickelodeon signed some sort of a deal with Mega Constructs instead of LEGO, and they just can't release the rights to it, which is really such a shame, because if there's any licensed LEGO theme that desperately needs a makeover, it is Avatar: The Last Airbender. We really needed that one. So that's kind of a shame. Hopefully in the future, maybe something can be worked out. I'm also guessing that any of these non-picked or canceled ideas sets that did not make it through for the AFOL Designer Program, they're not going to be licensed. They're not going to bother to get a license just to put them through Bricklink. So anything that goes through Bricklink will be non-licensed. But that's not necessarily a bad thing, because personally, I really wanted that Pirates of Barracuda Bay equivalent for the Imperials. Actually, 2 Imperial Fortress ideas got accepted for this one, so I'd love to see that. I'd also love to see that steampunk building as well. I believe the Exploratorium or something like that. That one looked really cool to me, and so I really hope that a lot of these more interesting non-licensed ideas actually go through the right channels for the AFOL Designer Program. And who knows, Sakota's project, which was Bionicle, was actually a LEGO IP, so they could do it But honestly, they probably won't because that would require new prints, and LEGO doesn't seem to be willing to put anything new in terms of new prints, new molds, new recolors in the Bricklink AFOL Designer Program sets, instead just relying on the existing stuff outside of course, the exclusive printed 2x4 brick. But wait, there is technically one more set that was approved. That was a set that was a leftover from the previous review round, presumably because they were working out license details, and that was the LEGO Sonic Green Hill Zone. This is one of the many ideas projects based around the Sonic license. Now, a lot of them have not been approved in the past, presumably because they needed to make new molds and they weren't willing to. Well, now we have the Sonic mold from the Dimensions pack, but it also seems that we're going to be maybe getting some new molds for some of the other side characters as well. I personally don't know too much about Sonic, but I know that this is something a lot of people want, so I'm happy for the people that did want to get it. Now, I'm guessing that this was delayed just because they were working out stuff with the license holder, which honestly is a little strange to me, because obviously LEGO has, or at least had, the Sonic license for LEGO Dimensions. That's how we got a Sonic figure in the first place, so I don't know if that was what was holding it up, or maybe it was trying to figure out internally if they were willing to make new molds for Ideas projects, which of course, the Sesame Street set is the first Ideas project to release new molds for it, and now they updated the terms and conditions saying that they will make new molds if they absolutely have to. And essentially what they're saying there is that they'll make it if it's licensed and they need to do it. So, seems like they got that approved. Regardless, that will be becoming a set, so hopefully for the people that did want it, you're happy. And honestly, this one doesn't do too much for me personally, but I probably will get it anyways because I'm getting all of the Ideas sets, but I'd be just curious to see the minifigures, and it looks like there'd be potentially some nice recolors in it as well. So definitely more interested in the Starry Night painting set, but this one also is pretty interesting and fun for a lot of people who wanted to see more of that license. And now hopefully, the sellers on Bricklink won't be charging exorbitant amounts for that one Sonic figure. And with that, that about wraps up this video. Let me know again down in the comments, what do you think of the recent results and this kind of shocking news that they denied 34 sets? That's it for today. Thank you so much for tuning into Duck Bricks, and I'll talk to you again very soon.